What's up, everyone? Someone in one of the Mortal Kombat Facebook groups I'm in posted a question yesterday that I thought was pretty interesting, and it was, what if Amanda Waller from the DC Universe was in the Mortal Kombat Universe? What characters would she recruit for the Suicide Squad or Task Force X? This was pretty fun to think about, and I want to share my answer with y'all and want to hear what your answer would be as well. But first, let me let you know, I don't know a lot about the Suicide Squad outside of what I've seen in the live action movies and the animated films. I've never read comics, I've never played the game, so my information is just going based off of that. So what I know about Suicide Squad is they're a group of villains that work for the government in exchange for time off from their prison sentences, organized by Amanda Waller. Their official name is Task Force X, but they're nicknamed the Suicide Squad because they're sending them on suicide missions, basically. Real dangerous missions or real dirty missions that either the government doesn't want to sacrifice their agents on or doesn't want to officially be connected to. So first I asked myself, what kind of characters would Amanda Waller go for? So typically the characters in the Suicide Squad, they're not your big bads. They're not the Joker. They're not Lex Luthor. But typically the B-level villains, the villains that like Joker and Lex Luthor would hire to do some dirty work. They're not the most powerful. They're not the most evil. Some of them have a little bit of a conscience to them, which Waller will manipulate to get them to do what she wants. I also want to look at who are the main Suicide Squad members. Now, I know that the members have probably interchanged throughout the years since this group has kind of been in existence since the 80s. Kind of research on who I thought were the core members who are always members of the group. And the ones I came up with were Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Rick Flag, King Shark, and then Captain Boomerang. So I wanted to see what characters in the Mortal Kombat universe would be similar to those characters as well. So first I looked at Deadshot, and that was a pretty easy pick for me. That was Aaron Black, because Aaron Black is really the only marksman in the Mortal Kombat universe, and he's not really that evil. He's only been in a couple games, and he's kind of a merc. He's a hired gun. He's working for whoever's paying him the most. Then looking at Harley Quinn, and there's really only one character in the Mortal Kombat universe that is similar to Harley, and that's Melina. Granted, Melina has been pretty evil, and she's a really important character in the Mortal Kombat universe, but she's still not the big bad. She's one step below the big bad, which essentially that is Harley Quinn. She's not Joker, she's Joker's girlfriend. Melina has stayed pretty evil throughout the history of Mortal Kombat, except for the last game. She would definitely be the most volatile on the group as well. Then we have Rick Flag. Now, Rick Flag's character is not a villain. He's not somebody working time off his sentence. He's actually a government agent himself under Waller, because Waller, she organizes the unit, but she stays at headquarters and sends them out on missions. Rick Flag is the field commander for the group, who's out there with them to make sure they stay on task and they stay behaved. For that character, I picked Curtis Stryker. Now, Curtis Stryker gets a lot of hate. I think it's unwarranted because unlike pretty much everybody else in the Mortal Kombat universe, he's just a regular guy. He doesn't have any special powers. He's just a New York riot cop. He uses guns, grenades, tasers. That's his special powers, right? It's just weapons. Considering Rick Flag is the good soldier type, Stryker is the same way. He's just a good cop trying to do the right thing. Now let's go to King Shark, the muscle, right? The big, scary muscle. And for that, there's a lot of characters you could pick from Mortal Kombat Universe, but the only ones that I think are like somewhat toting the line on good and bad is Farah and Tor, or just Farah Tor as some people might say. So Farah Tor is actually two people. Tor is the big muscular like behemoth guy, and Farah is this little woman that like rides his shoulders, and she's kind of like the mouthpiece and he's the muscle. They're not really evil, they're just outworlders. And the game they were introduced, Outworld kind of invaded Earthrealm a little bit. I could see them being like political prisoners or prisoners of war from that invasion, and then Amanda Waller was like, hey, you want to go back to Outworld? Do some stuff for us first. And then finally, Captain Boomerang. I think Captain Boomerang kind of acts as the comedic relief for the Suicide Squad. So I was really kind of hard picking somebody who could fit that. In the video games, there's not a lot of comedy relief characters other than Johnny Cage, but Johnny Cage would not be drafted into the Suicide Squad. So I just ultimately went with Cabal. He's kind of been presented as both a good guy and a bad guy. He was a member of the Black Dragon, and he's also been Curtis Stryker's partner in one of the games. And Cabal has some powers as well. He's got the hook swords, he's got the super speed. And there were several others I thought that were minor characters, but most of those characters are probably the characters that would get killed quick. One of the ways that Amanda Waller keeps all these villains in check while they're out in the field, they implant bombs in the back of their neck. So a lot of the other characters I thought of would probably be the characters that like had those bombs explode pretty quickly. That would be my Mortal Kombat Task Force X. Let me know who you would pick in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.